or sometimes people don't like to hear it from me because they don't want me to love my mother. you know, and that is a lot of those trolls from across the border.
Yeah.
They don't like to hear it. They say, oh, I don't want you to love India. you know, so the thing is, for me, it's not a big deal. I mean, if there's anybody who needs a group hug, it's them. I mean, getting a Padma Shri at any juncture of your life is the greatest timing ever. Well, to be honest, I was stunned. I mean, I was absolutely speechless.
But there has been a lot of critics on that, and there's been a lot of chatter and controversy, so to say, because you got it. How did you react to that? Did that disappoint you at any point?
I forgave them.
So every 90s kid, me being one, will agree that you have grown up watching and listening to his songs. Today we have Adnan Sami, the celebrated singer, writer, lyricist, everything actually, joining us for a conversation only on Pink Villa. Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wow.
I think the nation wants to know how have you been and why have you been missing?
I've been good actually. I didn't realize that I was missing. I thought I was very much here until we came round to releasing this new song, and people started coming up to me and saying that, oh, after a long time, I'm like, after a long time, what are you saying?
It has been a long
And
time.
then I suddenly started calculating, and they were right. So it has been about almost 9 years, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess time flies. I've just been so busy with things that I didn't realize the clock ticking, you know.
You know, in an interview I read that you said that it was a self-imposed break or a sabbatical. Why did you impose it on yourself when you were doing so well already? Like you were one of the topmost musicians, composers, singers that we had. Why did you take that break then?
Well, actually, it was not something that was a conscious decision in that sense. I just, you know, while I was here, I mean, I've been here now more than 20 years now. But, you know, there were so many things that, I mean, I was so busy with the music and my work that a lot of things from my own personal life were just piling up, and I needed to attend to them and sort of reorganize or organize certain aspects of my life which were otherwise being left unattended, you know. So I felt that I needed to it was high time for me to just sort of pay attention to those things, get those things aligned, and put myself. By and large, a pretty organized person, you know, and I don't like living in a sort of disorganized fashion. So, and I had done that for a long time. So I needed to take some time out and just put those affairs into place and sort out certain aspects that I'd been ignoring so that I can come back to the thing I love the most, which is music. And thankfully, all of those things are pretty much organized, and here I am.
Have you ever been, like you said that you were dealing with a lot of things personally, have you ever felt dejected about not coming back with music? Because you left when you were at the peak of your career.
Yeah.
Then when Bharde Jholi came, I think everybody was like, they loved the film, I think, but everybody was pleasantly surprised by seeing you in that song, and it was a huge track. Like I think everybody cried in that song.
Yes.
So did you ever feel dejected that, oh, why am I not doing it? What is wrong with me? Aisa kuch hua kabhi?
No, actually not. Because the thing was that, like I said, first of all, I didn't realize the amount of time that was that had gone by, and I was so involved with my own things that I didn't even realize that that I was missing it. So you know, you know, somewhere. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that. I'm overconfident. I'm anything but overconfident. I'm actually, you know, even though today, I mean, I'm probably around 36 years into the business, you know. I mean, of course, I started very young. I mean, I was hardly, my first track was, my first album was in 1986. And I was hardly 18 years old at that time, you know. So I started very young. But the point is that somewhere, you know, I never felt that, oh my God, if I step out, kya hoga, you know. I felt that, you know, अगर मेरे पास कोई अच्छी चीज़ आएगी और जब वक्त सही होगा तो मैं उसको पेश करूंगा, और अगर मेरी किस्मत में है तो लोगों को पसंद आएगा, और अगर मेरी किस्मत में नहीं है तो लोगों को नहीं पसंद आएगा. I mean, it's as simple as that.
You know, you've been conferred with the Padma Shri, which is one of the highest civilian awards, and your talent and for your contribution to music. What was the first reaction when you heard the news?
Well, to be honest, I was stunned. I mean, I was absolutely speechless because I didn't see it coming from anywhere. You know, sometimes, you're expecting something or you're working towards something, and you're somewhere, there is this desire or hope that you would get something. It was not on my radar. It came like a bolt of lightning from the sky. And the sky, which had no inclination towards rain, so you weren't expecting any kind of thunder or lightning. So it was something that was incredible, and it's still taking time for it to sink in,
And what perfect timing.
And amazing. I mean, they say that God is the best planner, I mean, getting a Padma Shri at any juncture of your life is the greatest timing ever. But this is really, really a beautiful blessing.
But there has been a lot of critics on that, and there's been a lot of chatter and controversy, so to say, because you got it. How did you react to that? Did that disappoint you at any point?
I forgave them. Actually, to be honest, these awards, I mean, the Padma Shri award is such a prestigious award with its dignity and sanctity way up there, and way above politics and way above any kind of banter of any kind. But unfortunately, every year there is a certain amount of controversy that surrounds it, because people unfortunately try to politicize it. And the fact of the matter is that I wish that they didn't do that, because you are actually questioning the dignity of this award. This award has been decided upon by a very high level committee, and now it is being voted upon by the people of the country. So you should respect that, and especially for what it represents. And so therefore, the other thing is that, when you have a handful of people who suddenly decide to make a ruckus about it, you sort of say, right, okay, fine, what is it, 100 people? I mean, where do you really get the controversy? You actually get it by a few people making a statement in front of the media. How many of them would there be? 10? All right, you have social media today, so you'll have, 100 people making comments like that? Or let's say 1,000 people. What's 1,000 people in 1.3 billion people? Get away. It doesn't matter. You don't count. Out.
You said something which is very beautiful, that sometimes art and politics should be kept separately.
Yes.
And, being forced to comment on it is also sometimes wrong. But do you feel that being a singer and a creative person, having to justify your alliances or having to justify your citizenship in a country that you have made your own becomes terribly, terribly disappointing after a point?
No, actually, I have never had to justify anything. I don't justify, first of all. I mean, I am what I am, take it or leave it. And I don't give a damn what you think. I will never justify anything. I never justified when I was 230 kilos. I was very proud of being who I was, and I'm very proud of who I am today. You see, the tragedy actually is that when I genuinely express my love for my country, there's some idiots out there who think that is a form of justifying loyalty, which is tragic from their mentality's perspective, that if you think that my expressing my love, if you turn around to your mother and say, Mom, I love you, are you justifying anything? I mean, it's a natural emotion. Or are you trying to prove something? No, it's just a statement that is a fact. But those people who find it awkward to say I love you to their mother, they'll say, oh, you're trying to make a point out of this. That's because you have issues yourself. You weren't able to express yourself to your mother in that manner. You think that me doing it, I'm trying to prove a point. I'm not. I'm actually just being me. I'm just saying something which comes naturally to me. So those people have issues. I don't have to, I don't feel at all in any way, or sometimes people don't like to hear it from me because they don't want me to love my mother. You know, and that is a lot of those trolls from across the border.
Yeah.
They don't like to hear it. They say, oh, I don't want you to love India. You know, so the thing is, for me, it's not a big deal. I mean, if there's anybody who needs a group hug, it's them. You know, because maybe they were deprived of that when they were kids. So that's okay. You know, I mean, you know, there's therapy for them.
Recently, I read this interview where you had to speak about your father being in the Pakistan army, and what you said was really right. But do you think that also, like, what your father did and what you do are separate things?
Of course.
Do you think people forget that?
No, actually, the thing is that the few people who brought that up as a counter or as a point of debate.
Yeah.
Actually exposed the fact that they had nothing else to oppose. I mean, I have absolutely no issues if you don't like my music.
True.
I have no issues if you don't like me as a person. I have, you can criticize me, you can rip my music apart, you can rip me apart. I have no issues with that because, it's your opinion, You might be wrong, but that's your opinion. But the point is that, yeah, attack me. I have no issues with that. But when you use my father as your justification for your point of view of your sour grape opinion, then that goes to show that you actually have nothing on me or my art, which is a backhand compliment to me, because that shows that you have no other argument to pose before me to justify your opposition towards my award, and so therefore you use a reasoning which actually is irrelevant.
True.
And would never be accepted anywhere in society, anywhere in the world, let alone a court of law where you would be thrown out. So that is, and that actually shows your lack of comprehension of logic, that you're trying to penalize a son for the actions of his father, and that too a father who was doing something honorable for his country. He was a soldier, he was an honorable soldier executing his duty. And so therefore, I am proud of him. I'm not justifying, I am saying that what he did was an honorable duty to his country, and I respect him for that.
But thank you. I hope that you keep creating more music.
Yeah.
And don't deprive us of such gems for any more years. I think
I promise.
You should definitely do more songs in films, because I think Bhar Do Jholi will always remain a very special song for everybody.
Thank you.
And all the best. I
Thank
hope
you.
this works really well. It's already working so well. And I know that you will surprise us with everything.
Thank you very much,
Thank
and
you so
lots of
much,
love.
sir.
Thank you. Pleasure. Hi, this is Adnan Sami, and you're watching me on Pink Villa. If you like this video, then like and subscribe.